true. Oh, I can't believe I ever believed in you. You had me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. Somewhere deep down inside I knew you wasn't right. But breaking your spell was a plan I never devised. I would have been here forever living for you, but I would have been living forever at your phone. I was living a dream, believing things that just ain't true. Oh, I can't believe I ever believed in you. You had me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold.
Okay, so we are here. This is the beginning of 2020, and there was a lot of things that transpired in 2019. Social media was disrupted. Some people got their feelings hurt. Some people did a lot of crazy things. But today, what we're getting ready to do is allow our sister to talk. Nobody, you're heard from your pastor. We're going to hear the other side that nobody actually requested. This is her time. And so with that being said, this is going to be a YouTube video. However, if you notice, the comments will be turned off. Well, why is the comments turned off? Well, see, this is the thing. Nobody asked about her. No one said anything. Everybody had their say, including my own husband. He had his 5 cents in there. Everybody had something to say. So at this particular point in time, we don't care what you have to say now. We don't want to hear about, no debates. There's not going to be no back and forth. There's not going to be, we're going to talk about every little wrinkles in the cat's behind about the situation. There won't be no weighing in on this or anything like that. This is her time. This is her moment. He had his. This is hers. So I'm sitting here today with Sister Nefertari, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, why? Well, why now?" That was in 2019. When a lot of this was exposed on social media. This is her time, and this is her way. She had to do it in her way, not in anybody else's way. So with all that being said, I am Tazara Nkosi, and once again, I'm sitting here with Sister Nefertari, and so now she's going to go ahead and speak. Sister Nef?
Give thanks, Sister Zara. Yeah. So this has been a very tumultuous time for my family and I. And when I say my family and I, I'm talking about my ex, my children, but also my extended family, such as yourself, your husband, my mother, my best friends, who I consider my sisters as well, and many other people who have supported me through this time. And this situation goes back for us beyond 2019, right? So it started, the turning point, if you will, started in 2018. And that's what we're going to start with. I'd like to kind of give an outline and some background into that. But the reason I'm kind of coming out and speaking now is because for me, the ancestors have helped me through this journey. From beginning until even today and beyond, they have stood with me, they have supported me, and they have protected me, and I give thanks for them, and I give thanks for that. And with that, they told me, Nefertari, sit and be still. And I asked them when can I speak? When is it going to be okay for me to speak? And they said, for me, the message was 2020. And if you can imagine in 2018 when everything was happening, that was a long time away. That was a long time away. And I didn't understand, and a lot has happened in that time. There were some things that have been said about me that have cut me to my very core of my spirit and my soul. And each time I asked the ancestors, why? Why do I have to be quiet? Why do I have to be still? And they just said, be still. Everything is going to be revealed. Just be still. And in that moment, more and more and more, so much has been revealed to me and to Sister Tazara and to Baba Ile and to many others, that now, after that time has passed, I can sit and I can say, wow, imagine if I was disobedient, had not listened, and had jumped out there and spoken before it was my time. I would have missed all of the information, all of the messages, all of the signs, all of the signals that they wanted me and us to see. And so that's why I'm speaking out now. I'm also speaking out now because we're going to be talking about an issue that doesn't get a whole lot of time or energy or attention within the African-centered community. And that's abuse of black women. We talk about racism. We talk about police brutality. We talk about health and nutrition. We talk about spirituality. Okay, we talk about homosexuality. We talk about pedophilia. But we forget, and we seem to not want to talk about abuse of black women. And so it is important for me today to talk, because now that I have come to a point in my healing process, not the end of my healing process, but I've come to a point in my healing process where I can speak and I can tell my story, then maybe, just maybe, there's a sister out there who's going to be listening to this, and she knows that she's going through the exact same thing, and she has not told anybody. She has not shared it with her mother, her sisters, her brothers, nobody. And she doesn't know what to do. And she's in this African-centered community. I need her to hear my story so she knows what to expect. And so that is one of, those are the reasons why I'm speaking out now. And so we can just get into it. We're just having a conversation here. We don't know how long this is going to be. We don't know. We haven't gotten to. We're just going, and so it's pardon us for it not being polished, and and maybe it not sounding as as nice as some other programs. We're just having a conversation. And so I want to take y'all back, because a lot has been said about this story, and I want to take y'all back. I was with Aoki Maki, also known as Irritated Genie, for roughly 10 years, almost 10 years. And we had we before we had our children, we were together for a while. And then we had our first child, Kania, and we had our second child, Kihor. And we also got married. We had a community wedding. Many of you have seen the pictures, and we're able to get that glimpse of it from that perspective. And we were married. The union was officiated, if you will, by Baruti. The turning point of our relationship was Wednesday. It was June 6th. I remember the day. It was June 6th, 2018, a Wednesday. And we had just returned home from the previous weekend, from the complementarity weekend that the Barutis do every year in Atlanta. And I'm just trying to bring y'all up to what led to me leaving IO. Okay? We came back from the conference, and it was a very inspirational weekend. I felt good. We had traveled there by ourselves without our children. We had traveled there from the DC, Maryland area, and we had stayed with Sister Zara and Baba Ile. Okay? We had stayed with them in their home over that weekend. It was the first time that we had an opportunity to spend time with them without it being an event that we were participating in fully. In other words, it wasn't a straight Black Pride event where everybody's running around and, you know, everyone's busy. It was someone else's event. It was the Broodies event. So we didn't have to do the work of planning and organizing and, you know, setting up and breaking. We didn't have to do all that. Io was vending at the event, so he was there to vend. But that was it. The rest of the weekend that we stayed, we were able to enjoy the company of Baba Ile and Sister Zara. So it was just laid back. You know, we went to that event afterwards. Sister Zara and I hung out for a while. Baba Ile and Io hung out for a while. The sister and I got a chance to bond. You know, we had her family, her auntie's, you know, 60th birthday party, sitting in the backyard of one of her cousins' mega mansions. You know, we just have good time, good music, good food. And it was just, you know how we do as Black people. Everyone out here knows how we know we have a good time, just a family, no stress, no pressure, just getting to know each other better, without all the noise of an event and the pressure of delivering this, you know, this event for people who are coming, and that none of that was needed and necessary. It was just we could just be ourselves. So we came off that weekend. We had a great time. Now we're home, and I had started a new job. Okay. That new job I was there on like that Monday and that Tuesday. Come that Wednesday, I was able to work from home for the first time on the new job. I was excited about that. We had a rental car, and the rental car was due back, but I think it wasn't due back, if I recall, until the end of that week. We had like a week rental. But Io had said, you know what, since we don't really need it, I think I'm going to take it back early. Okay. So that day I get up. At that time I was still homeschooling my children, which I had done from the time they were born. I was homeschooling them when they were in the womb. But I was homeschooling them. And so before this new job, I worked from home exclusively. So this was like the first, I had started working there. Actually, I take that back. I started there a week before. So the first week I worked there. Then we went to the conference. The second week is where we're talking about now. That Monday and Tuesday I went in the office, and then that Wednesday I was working from home. So, but every day with homeschooling them, I usually gave them some instruction. So now I'm like, okay, I'm here. I can try to teach them a little bit, get caught up on work. I got their lunch. Everything's good. So now, Io's downstairs. He's talking on the phone, you know, doing the business that he does with speaking to different people. And I said, I remember I brought him a cup of tea that day. You know, he didn't want breakfast, but I brought him a cup of tea. I went back upstairs working with the children, got their lunch, and I'm like, now it's time for me to eat. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not hungry. I had a project that I had been working on for some time, and for those who know me personally, they know that I was kind of a fixer-upper kind of person, right? I like to take things and work on them and turn something into something pretty. And I had purchased this credenza, or this like like as a dining room. What do you call it, sis? But it's a credenza. I don't know the other word to call it. It's like a dining room cabinet, if you will.
Yeah.
And it was an antique piece. I had got it for my birthday the previous year in 2017, but because of life and just I never had time to even start on the project. And the idea was I was going to sand it down and repaint it and put some new hardware on, clean up the hardware, and I was going to make it into an island for our kitchen. And so I just got a chance to start working on it. Io had put it in the garage for me, put it up on 2 workhorses. It's a huge credenza. He put it up on 2 workhorses. And I started sanding it down, and now I was at the point where I was painting it. So I'm going to go down in the garage, and I'm going to do that during lunch. I brought my little phone. I got my little wireless speaker, some music playing, and this was for me was something that gave me peace. Let me explain. Everybody has their hobbies and things that give them peace, right? For me, gardening and doing this thing was something that it was for me, something for Nefertari. Outside of taking care of my family and the daily responsibilities, something I could call my own. Okay. So I'm down there and I'm doing that and I'm painting. And Io came down and said, I need the keys to the car because I want to take the rental car back. I said, oh, the keys should be in my purse upstairs. So he said, okay. So he goes back upstairs. I continued painting. So he came back down maybe like 10 minutes later and said, oh, I can't find the keys, can't find the keys. I said, okay. I said, give me just a few minutes. I'll be up in a moment. I'm almost done. So give me a little bit and I'll come up and I'll find them. So I'm still painting. Time passed. So he came back down again. I need those keys. So I said, okay, I'm coming. Give me, I said, I need 5 minutes. Literally, if anybody knows about painting, whether you painted a wall in your home or a piece of furniture or even a picture, you know that you can't just stop mid-stroke and walk away, because if you do that, sometimes you have to sand it down some more and repaint. So I just wanted to finish up the little spot that I was in to make sure it was smooth, good before I walked away. He looked at me and said, if you don't get up and get me those keys, you're not going to have a dresser to paint. And I just turned around, sort of in slow motion, said, are you okay? Because it was totally, to me, I didn't understand what just happened. Okay, I didn't understand what happened. And he said, okay, that's it. And then he got up. He not got up. He was already standing up. I was sitting down on like a little stool in front of this big workhorse. He came down into the garage and proceeded to push over this credenza that was on these two workhorses. So if you could just imagine this huge credenza on top, and we'll try to throw a picture in on this so you could see it. He pushed it off. Paint goes flying everywhere. My cell phone goes flying. The wireless speaker I had goes flying. I got up. And I was like, oh my God. I just grabbed my phone and I ran upstairs. And all I heard him saying was, I can't get no effing peace in my house. Can't get no effing peace. And I just went upstairs and I was terrified. And I said, I didn't know what to do. I got to get out of here. I went upstairs and my children were like, Mommy, what are you doing? And I'm like, and I just was quiet. And I said, Kihora, I went around the house looking for the keys. I found the keys. They weren't in my pocketbook. I had put them in a basket, like a little basket where sometimes we kept our keys. I didn't realize I put it in a basket. I found the keys. I said, go give these to your father. My son took the keys, went downstairs, gave him the keys, and my son came back upstairs and said, Mommy, what happened to your furniture? And I said, I'm not sure, son. It's okay. And I got the children together, and I said, we got to go. And I waited for him to leave. I made sure he was gone. He never came back upstairs. He left from that point. And once I noticed he was gone, I got my children. I left the house. Took them out to get, it was summertime, so I took them out, to get some, some water ice type thing. And I immediately called Sister Tazara because, and this is something that a lot of people didn't know within the Straight Black Pride leadership community, was that Sister Tazara and Baba Ile, we had a situation a year before. So go back to 2017. And Io and I had a situation where my best friend was getting married, her second marriage. She was getting married. She got married in the Dominican Republic. And I was going to be in the wedding as well as one of our other best friends. And so we had to go. And I scrambled the money together. It was very expensive. Anybody knows you have these friends who have you go to these weddings, it was expensive. We didn't have the money, but I put it on a credit card. $3,000 for us to go for 3.5 days. We couldn't even go long. We didn't have anybody to watch the children. We were having a good time, and then a situation happened involving one of my best friends. We were on, you go to the island. Sometimes you go on these excursions. As a group after the wedding, we all went on one of these ATV excursion type things. And on the way back, after we finished our tour, one of my best friends got into a verbal altercation with another group, somebody from another group who was also on the tour, not our party, our wedding party, somebody in another group, and it was bad, and Io was very upset, and he felt. Well, I'm not gonna go there first. Let me just start. It was very bad. I was trying to get my best friend to get on to the bus so we can get out of there. She was, very upset. She was losing it. And Io was like, basically, I told her, get on the bus. And he thought I said something to one of the other people in the other group. And he's telling me, sit down. Just you sit down. You sit down. So I went to my seat in the front of the bus, sat down, and looked straight ahead. And that was it. And my best friend was out there on the street still arguing with the guy up at the bus. He's on the bus. It was a lot of stuff. Anyway, we get back to the hotel. She gets on the bus. We get back to the hotel. And he's fuming. And I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? Is everything all right? He was like, no, not everything. So we walked back to our hotel room. And he was just so mad. And I said, Io, is everything okay? I was like, I know that was crazy, right? He's like, yeah, that was crazy, But his anger and his kind of lack of communication with me, I said, wait a minute. I said, are you upset with me? Did I do something? And he said, did you do something? You really want to know? You really want to know? I said, yeah, because now I'm clueless. I'm like, this need my fight. So he's like, yeah, you said something back to that guy. You said something. You were out there with her. You were out there with Keisha. And this is not Keisha from Brooklyn. This is my best friend Keisha from Silver Spring by way of Queens. You were out there with Keisha and you were going at the guy. And I said, wait a minute. No. Because let me explain something to everyone who's listening. I don't argue with men. It's not something I do. And Io knows that. I don't do that. So now I'm clueless because I'm like, I know that's not me. So I'm thinking, maybe with everything going on, maybe he misinterpreted when I told her to get on the bus. He thought I was saying something. Maybe he didn't hear what I said. He thought, no. Now here you go. I'm telling you what you said. And you argue with me. You ask me what happened. I'm telling you what happened. I'm like, yeah, but I'm just saying maybe you misunderstood. And now he's enraged. He's furious. Hands balled up. He's in my face. And I touched his hands. I said, Io, calm down. I'm not trying to argue with you. Don't you effing touch me. He pushed me. And he had never, ever done this before in our relationship. Ever. Let me be clear. He pushed me. And anybody who knows me, I'm smaller than him. I went flying backwards. Luckily, there was a sliding glass door there. I didn't go through the door. If it had been open, I may have went out. I didn't go through the glass door. I just backed up onto it. I was terrified because I'd never seen my husband in this state. And I'm against the sliding door. There's between him and I is the way out. And he was like, who you coming at? Who you coming at? I said, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm not trying to fight with you. Who you coming at? Who you coming at this? And he's huffing and puffing. He's got his hands balled up. And I'm just like, I just want to get out of here. And eventually he just said, I got to get out of here. And he left. He left. As soon as he left, I ran out. And went trying to find my best friends. I couldn't find anybody. Nobody was in their rooms. And I just sat and I just cried. We at the resort. I'm just bawling. I don't know what the hell just happened. And I finally got a hold of my best friend Keisha. Because when you're in the island, sometimes your cell phone service does not work the way it does here. It's hard. I'm trying to WhatsApp her and all this. This is difficult. Finally, I got in touch with her later on that night. It was hours later. But I never went back to our room. And I get back to the room and she's like, what's going on? And I explained everything that happened. She's like, oh my God, you didn't say anything. That was all me. She know how she's like, that was all me, Neff. All you told me to do was get on the bus. That was all me. I said, I know, Keisha, but he thinks I said something. She's like, I don't understand. So next thing you know, he's texting my phone like, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? And I'm not responding. And then I think he called. I said I'm with Keisha. I finally responded. I said I'm with Keisha. So then he called Keisha's room, and she answered the phone, and she said she's here. Okay. He said so. No. I'm sorry. He didn't call the room. It was just a text. He texted, and I told him I was in the room. Next thing you know, Keisha was like, oh my God. She kept looking out the window like, oh my goodness, because it's getting dark now. So now it's dark outside, and she sees him coming down the walk. Cause we're in 2 different buildings. She sees him coming down the walk. She said, "Oh my God!" And if you can see him right now, he's just like, he was just walking. She's like, he looks crazy. Even she hadn't seen him like this. So he comes to her door, and she can look out her peephole. And she's like, "I see him coming." Next thing you know, he's looking at her peephole. She's looking at her, looking at him through the peephole. She's like, "He's looking at me through the peephole. This is crazy." So then next thing you know, he starts banging on the door, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, she's like, "I'm not opening the door." I'm like, "Keisha, if you don't open the door so he can at least see I'm in here, he's not going to go away." She's like, "I'm not opening the door." I was like, "Just crack the door." She cracked the door, and she said, "I just want to make sure I want to make sure she's all right." And she was like, "Yeah, she's good. She's here. We just talking. She's good." He was like, "Okay." And then he left. And she was just like, "Oh my God." And I was like, I was terrified. But I was scared. The next morning, we had to leave. We were flying out. And we weren't talking because I had to go back to my room. I had to go back to the room. Actually, no, I went back to the room that night and I tried to talk to him. We had another explosive argument. And it was like, it's over. It's over. Both of us said it's over. We're done. It's over. And so I was, next morning we get up, we got to get out of there. And we missed and I know it's a long story, so forgive me because it's a lot. We missed the transfer bus to get to the airport. And we had already prepaid for that in our package, so we missed it. Now you had to pay again. And I didn't have any cash on me. And for some reason, I don't know why, maybe I don't know. Maybe I was broke. I don't remember. I didn't have cash. He needed cash for some reason. And he was like, "I don't have cash. I ain't got it. I don't have it." And I was like, "You don't have any money?" So I ain't got it. And I was like, "Oh my God." I couldn't find Keisha again. Only person I could call, all the rest of people there were not my family. They were my best friend's family. And I didn't want to go for them for money. I had to go to my best friend on her honeymoon weekend and ask her for money to loan us so that I can get us to go back to church. And I went in there in tears. I was so embarrassed. And I'm crying. She's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "It's over. My marriage is over. Yada, 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 yada." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, she gave me the money. Don't worry about it, Nev. You good?" I was like, I just couldn't believe it. So I got my stuff, got the money. We get to the airport. We fly on that plane. We didn't speak 2 words to each other on the bus, on the airport, all the way back from the Dominican Republic to D.C. As soon as I got home, the first person I called was Sister Tazara because we had tremendous, this is 2017, this is 2017, because we had tremendous respect for Sister Tazara and Baba Ile. They were our family. They were our straight Black Pride family. And we were close to them, and they were a married couple. And I said, she can help. Maybe she can help. And you can attest to this, sis. I called you in tears. Yes. And I begged you to come. I said, "This is not good." And you were like, "Oh," what did you say? I'm not going to speak for you.
Yeah, we had to take care of this because, we're talking about the not only leaders of straight Black Pride, but these are the people that created it. So we was like, no, we can't have this. We dropped everything that we were doing. She made the phone call. We talked about it. I told her, I said, "We're coming." We got on the plane. It wasn't but a few days later after the conversation, and we got on the plane, and we went because we were ready to counsel them because, we wanted to make sure that their relationship worked, that it was something that we can do to intervene so that there be a better understanding between the two of them. We were all in, so these were this was family. These were our people, we loved them both. And so we were more than willing to come and sit down and speak with the both of them.
So they came, they stayed the whole, that night. We were up till like 4 a.m. or just talking, and they got exposed to a lot of things that were going on in our relationship that they didn't know about. But they got to know every single detail about the issues that we were having and what was going on. And at the end of it, they say, y'all need counseling. We not professional counselors. We're not going to be, we can only do but so much. And we all kind of walk away, agree, okay, we're going to try to get some professional counseling. And that's what we did. we got counseling. We had a black woman and a black man. You know, they weren't married, but they were both counselors. We had them come and sit with us and talk with us. Fast forward to 2018. And a lot happened in between that. But now fast forward to 2018, and now here we are with this situation. And like I said, it's a lot happening. There's another situation happening in between that time that I'm not even going to go into that, because here's the thing. This is my pain and my story. And as much as I'm sharing with y'all, it's not necessarily, you're not necessarily, I'm sorry if you take this the wrong way, but you're not necessarily entitled to everything. Some of this is mine. You understand? So we'll leave it at that. Fast forward to 2018, in the situation now, you know, back with the dresser. We're back at the dresser. I left. I called Sister Zara because again she knew what was going on. I called Sister Zara, and I said, I told her what happened, and she said, "What?" You know, she knew the bureau what I was talking about. She'd been to our house plenty of times. She saw the piece. She knew I wanted to work on it.
Yeah, you loved it.
She loved it. She knew what I was talking. She knew what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? I said, "Sis, he smashed it up." I mean, I hadn't seen it because I hadn't even back to the house. I know he pushed. I didn't know. I didn't know he smashed up at the time. I knew he pushed it. I said he pushed it off. He said he was going to bust it up. I don't even know what it looks like because I left. So she said, "Okay, Sis Nefertari." We talked for a long. She said, "Just stay out with you and the children. You stay out for a while. Get them some dinner. Let everything calm down. And tonight, when you get home, get the children cleaned up, into the bed, get yourself cleaned up, and maybe you could talk, because something must have happened." She said, maybe something happened that outside of your relationship, something happened, and he took it out on you. He took it out on your furniture anyway. And I said, okay. She's like, "But you're going to have to forget about that furniture, you know, because it's just a wrap, you know."
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And I was hurt because that was important to me. That was, you know, was something, why would he do that? And, you know, I called my best friend Keisha, who also, this is my friend, my sister. She's my friend, but she's also my sister. We've been friends for 25 years. So she knows Ayo long before all of y'all ever even knew him at all, for the most part. Except those who knew him in the DC area. I'm talking about y'all around the country, not around the world. She's known him just as long as I have. And she's known me since I was 18 years old. I called her and told her what happened. She's known a lot more than Tazara because I've talked to her over the years. And she said the same thing. She said, "Sis, you got to forget about that damn furniture." That's a wrap. He's not going to apologize. You know this game. He's not going to apologize. You're going to have to go to him and find out what happened and just try to smooth things over if you want this to move forward. So I took both of their advice. Went home, followed it to the T. Got the babies ready, snuggled in the bed. Went, took my shower, got myself cleaned up, and I go downstairs and I start off and I say, "Ayo, I apologize." I think he was watching a football game. And I said, "Do you mind if I talk to you?" He said, "Yeah." So he turned it off. I said, "I apologize for not getting you the keys fast enough. I could have got you the keys fast enough and I didn't." And I said, "But I'm just confused because I don't understand what happened. It's like we had a great weekend and today everything was great. I don't know what happened." And so he said, "You want me to, so I said, "Could you tell me that something happened?" So he just starts to talk and he's like, you have no respect for me in my house, and I always got to go through this with you. I asked you to get the keys and you're sitting here painting this piece of furniture like it's more important to me, this piece of dumb furniture, like it's so important that you can't stop me getting me the keys, and you're just dismissing me like I'm a nobody." And I say, and so he's like, "This has been going on. I can't get no respect from you. I never get no respect from you in my own house. And he's just going on, and I'm like, and I interjected for a minute. I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "But I'm confused." I said, "Where is this coming from?" I said, everything was fine. We had a great weekend. We had a great, we had a great morning. I brought you the tea, and I said, and I said, this is what I said. because it wasn't just that he was going to go take the car back. He was also going to go to Everlasting Life, where he was vending, selling DVDs. He wanted to go there to try to make some money. And I was like, okay. But mind you, what did I say earlier? That was my first time of working from home on a new job. So I had to watch my children and try to maintain this new job. And I'm like, ooh, but I said, okay, he has been helping out, I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet, and I'll just have to wing it. I'll wing it for the rest of the afternoon with the children. So I'm talking to him, and I'm saying this very same thing I said to you. I said, even though, you wanted to go to Everlasting Life, I just started this job. I was a little nervous, but I was okay with that because you wanted to, he cut me off right there. Nefertari, if you're going to come down here with another one of your BS, and I'm not using the curse words that he used, but you know what it is. If you're going to come down here with one of your BS apologies like you always do, then you can get the F out my face. I sat back in my seat and I said, whoa. Because he went to zero. He went from zero. And I already been there. See, I already know. I already been in this situation. And I said, whoa. Because that's all I said was, whoa. He said, say another word. Say another word. Get the F out of my face. Now he's screaming, get the F out of my space. So now I'm hurrying up the steps. No, you better not say another goddamn word. Just get the F out of my face. I go upstairs. And now I'm like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out. Tonight. It's like 11 o'clock. But I got to get out of here. I'm in my night clothes. I'm putting on my shirt, pants. I grabbed a sweatshirt just in case it was, chilly. Isn't it? Because I just was grabbing something. Grab my keys, grab my wallet. I don't know where I'm going, but I got to get out of here. And his phone was on the dresser. And the phone started going off. I think it was like an alarm. And he came upstairs and he saw that I was trying to go somewhere. And he's like, where are you going? I said, Ayo, I just need to go. I need to go for a while. Who the hell are you coming at with all that aggression? And he's in my face. Fuming. Fist balled up. Now we have an exact replica of the situation in the Dominican Republic a year before. Who are you coming at with all this aggression? And I'm like, but it was worse. Now I'm afraid because I've been pushed before. And the fear came over me. I put my hands on him and I said, Ayo, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm just trying to go. I'm just trying to go for, who you coming at with? Now he's coming at me and I'm backing up. And I'm not going to lie. I cried. I've never cried. Listen to me. I've never, in all of my years on this planet, had a man put his hands on me. Ever. Ever. I've never even been in this situation where a man is in my face threatening or even giving me a threatening stance like he's going to hurt me. So I'm afraid. And now we're talking about this is my husband. This is not just anybody. This is my husband. A fear came over me. And I cried. I couldn't even control it. I've never been in that situation. I've never cried out of fear in my life. And I said, Ayo, I'm just trying to get out. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm just trying to get out of here. And he just kept coming at me. And I'm backing up to the point now I'm up against the wall. The way out is past him. There is a loaded gun on the dresser, not even 10 feet away. I'm trying to leave, and he's just at me. This is the problem. You have no respect. You don't know how to be a goddamn submissive African woman like you should be. This is what I got to deal with. Who you coming at with all this? He's fuming. Who you coming at with all this male aggression? This is how black women get hit. And I'm just sitting there now, I'm just looking down because at this point, I'm prepared myself to get hit. I don't know what it's going to feel like, but I'm preparing myself to get hit. In the midst of all this, our son comes to the door and the bedroom door was closed. And he knocked on the door. And he said, I vaguely remember. I think the first thing he said was, I needed some water. He said, I'm thirsty. Ayo went out. It was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde moment. He went out. Okay, son. He got him the water. Closed the door. He went out and got him water. Walked him back to his bedroom. Came back in and was right back in my face. As if nothing had happened. And I'm just standing there. I'm not moving. Okay? For me to get out of this house, I have to go through this door, past him, wherever he was helping our son. He'd have to see me leave. So I'm sitting there. I'm just like, I'm waiting for everything to simmer down so I can go. But he's back in my face. He put our son back in the room, closed their bedroom door, which is right across from ours. Came back into the room, closed our bedroom door. He's back in my face. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we have. This is what black men have to deal with. I'm down there trying to mind my own business, and you come downstairs with this BS apology, doing the same thing you always do. Somebody probably told you to come downstairs with that stupid apology. You ain't sincere about that apology. And now you come at me with all this male aggression. Do you know I will F you up? This is what he's saying. I will F you up. Giving me all the stuff about you don't know who I am, you don't know what I've done, and you don't know what you don't know who I will show you don't know who I am. You come and do something. I wish to God you do something right now. And I'm just sitting here quiet because I've never seen, listen to me, even in the Dominican Republic, it hadn't gotten to this point. It was a short amount. He pushed me and he left shortly after that, and it didn't last. I don't know how long I was in this room. This is how bad the situation was. I was in there so long that our son came back a second time and knocked on the door. This time he said something to the effect of he was hot. Ayo goes back out again, did whatever he did, comes back. Now he's calmed down just a little bit. But now he's like, see, this is the problem. You don't know how to be a good black woman. You don't know how to be a submissive black woman. He was like, see, I kind of like this right now. Because now you're not saying nothing because you're scared. This is what black men have to do. Now you're scared. Now you're not saying nothing. You ain't got nothing to say. And mind you, I was not saying anything. Listen to me. I hadn't said anything since the last time I said, Ayo, I'm not trying to fight you. Those were my last words. But now he's just calling me all, you're a narcissist. You're an egomaniac. This is the problem in our relationship. This is why this is not working. You don't know how to be a good African woman and listen to your man. And you don't know how to be supportive of me. You're not supportive. Just all kind of stuff. And I remember I did do this. I remember I took a deep breath. Because all I want to do is I want to get out of here. He got infuriated. Who? What? What are you doing? He snatched out the keys and the wallet from my hand and threw it across the room. Now I'm like, I messed up because I didn't say anything, but I messed up because I showed some sort of emotion to the situation, and now he's back. This is my story. Because see, in this moment, what y'all don't understand is in this moment, for me, in my mind, as I'm sitting there listening to this, I already decided there's no going back. Once I'm out that door, this relationship is over. This is the end of my marriage. There's no man who's going to beat on me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And you're not going to tell me that I'm not a submissive wife when I've been the number one submissive wife. None of my friends, none of my sisters have gone to levels that I've gone to. They all looked at me and said, damn, Nefertari, how you do that? How do you be that submissive? I'm sitting here letting somebody talk to me like I'm nothing. Like I'm nothing, like I'm lower than the dirt on the bottom of their damn shoes. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm knowing that my family is done. My relationship, my husband is done. This is over, and I can't fix this shit. Excuse my language, I can't fix it. And I'm sorry, I'm crying. I'm not sorry, I'm crying right now. I'm not sorry because everybody listening to me right now, y'all need to know what I was going through. Y'all need to know my pain. You have had the time to make all your little comments, all your little Facebook posts, have your little say. Those of you that didn't say nothing, which we'll talk about soon. Those of y'all who did nothing to help me in the situation. This is my time. This is my story. This is my pain. I allowed myself to be submissive. I supported my husband with everything I had. Everything I had. Everything I had. Everything I had. And I'm sitting here with a man in my face about to hit me because I didn't get him some damn keys fast enough. And I'm realizing that my marriage, I can't fix this. There's no therapy that's going to fix this because I'm not going to allow him to put his hands on me. I can't do that. I can do a lot of things, but I cannot do that. I can't do it. And the pain of that, knowing that in my heart, this is over. It doesn't matter what he's saying right now. It doesn't matter if he calms down. I know there's no turning back. It's done. It's done. I got to think about my children. Their family is done. All this is going in my head while he's screaming at me. This is for y'all. This is an organization. For y'all, this is a little, t-shirt you can wear. For y'all, this is a little event you can come to on the weekends and socialize with other people. This is my damn life. This is my relationship. This is my husband. This is to father my children. This is my story. This is my pain, my reality. This ain't no damn Facebook post. Over. I leave there. He finally calmed down. And he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I don't know. I just want to drive for a little bit." He went around the room, he picked up my keys, he picked up my purse, and he gave it back to me. And he went out the room. And I went as fast as I could, as quiet as I could to the front door. I left, I got in the car. It's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm driving on 495, like, I don't even know where I'm going. It hit me like literally I'm driving, I don't even know where I'm going. I know I can't go back here. Then it hit me like, I don't have my children. But I don't think there's nothing in me that says he's going to harm my children. There's nothing in me that says he will harm my children. So I'm like, they're okay now. They're good. You just can't be in that space. So I texted Zara. I text you, sis. I text you and I said, It's over. It's over. And you text me back and you said, what? What happened? I didn't even text her back. It's over. I called my sister Keisha and I told her, she said, come right now. Her and her family were getting ready to go on vacation. She said, come, we're going on vacation. You can come here. We came there. They all in the middle of packing. I cried till 4 a.m. I'm still in shock of what just happened. I don't know what to do. And I came back the next day because my children are there. And I got to go to work. I got this new job. I'm supposed to be at work. I came back the next day. And let me just go. I'm sorry, backtrack. Because back to the furniture, what a lot of you don't understand was that, and I'm going to try to, going back to the furniture. When I had come back that night from taking the children out for dinner, I did see my furniture that night. He had drug it out on the trash. He had smashed it with a mallet. He had smashed into bits with a mallet and wrapped it all up and put it on the trash. So that's what happened to the furniture. But the next day I came back and I made that decision that, and we're gonna pause because this is a little heavy for me and I need to kind of take a break. We're gonna pause and you guys we'll pick back up and have another video. But long story short, I came back home that morning, like 5 a.m, and he was in the bed, and I came in, and I just said, because he had told me the night before, the only way we were going to work is if I changed my behavior. And so I told him, I said, Ayo, that morning, I said, I said, this is not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and get my own place. And he was like, so what you're saying is, he was like, no, I said, I can't live here. This is not going to work. I don't feel safe. That's what I said. I said, I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe, and I'm going to have to get my own place. And he said, Nefertari, don't start with that. It's not that you don't feel safe. That's some BS. It's not that you don't feel safe. You don't want to change your behavior. And I said, you know what? You're right. I don't want to change my behavior. And he said, oh, so we're done. I said, we're done. So, well, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a place. Well, you could just stay here. You know, I'll stay downstairs and you can stay up here. I got it. I'll figure it all out. I went and proceeded to go in the bathroom, take my shower, try to get ready for work. I was so sick. I didn't even realize it. I was so sick. I couldn't go to work. My stomach was in knots and turning. The stress of it all. I had to call out. I ain't even been on the job for 2 weeks. I had to call out. Sick. Couldn't make it. I was balled up in the bed, just in a ball. And I think we could probably just pause there and pick it up. We have a lot to cover. You know, we're going to talk to y'all about everything that's happened, all the questions y'all have, all the stuff that's been said. We're going to talk about what happened to Baba Ile and Sister Tazara with the whole Straight Black Pride. We're going to talk about, you know, the court situation, what happened with the courts. All this stuff is going to be discussed. But right now, I got to take a break. This has been a little bit emotionally taxing on me, and I need some downtime. So, yeah. Sis, I don't know if you want to say anything.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be back.
Bitter hearts don't hold a smile. Troubled minds will wear you down. Use your past to get ahead. Hold your tears and think instead. You have to find a way to make it. These clouds are letting up for a while. Sometimes you gotta make the mirror your best friend, and maybe then you'll find some peace within. Stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding yourself. Love yourself when no one else can.